Boots on gravel, map in my hand. I'm chasing a line through promised land. Old creek water, pine smoke, yeah. You keep your secrets everywhere. I see the signs in the broken road. You call me out, I won't go home. When the dark gets loud and the road gets long, I lift my head up high and I sing that song. Arcade adventure and I'm learning new ways. Live from somewhere, it's Friday night and I'm walking by faith. Arcane tea time Tuesday, God's leading me through. Christ is our King. Oh, I'm standing with you. We can camp by the water's edge, fishing poles in a campfire pledge. Every shadow tries to spin a lie, but truth keeps shining in my eyes. I've seen false kings fall to dust. Only Jesus holds my trust. When the whispers come and the shadows rise, I'm not built on fear, I'm built on Christ. Arcane adventure and I'm learning new ways. Live from somewhere, it's Friday night and I'm walking by faith. Arcane tea time Tuesday, God's leading me through. Christ is our King. Oh, I'm standing with you. So unravel every hidden scheme, break the chains that cage my dream. From the corners of the world I run to the name above all, Christ the Son. You are truth when the night is thin. You are the light I'm walking in. Arcade adventure and I'm learning new ways. Live from somewhere, it's Friday night and I'm walking my faith. Arcane tea time Tuesday, God's leading me through. Christ is our King. Oh, I'm standing with you. Christ is our King. I'm standing with you.
Welcome, welcome, everybody. I hope everyone can hear me well. Tonight is going to be a little bit different. I am your host, Jessie, with Arcane Adventures, and we have a very, very special guest. I will not be going out on an investigation tonight. I don't know what we're renaming it yet. But I have Figgie joining us tonight. I went to the doctor this morning, and I'm having some muscle issues and spasming in my back and neck and arm. So bear with me tonight, but I am definitely glad that Figgie is my sister in Christ coming forward and helping me out tonight by doing this show. So it's going to be a great one. We are going to be digging into the UFO alien aspect of things. So who do we have in here tonight? Belinda, hello. Catherine, good to see you. Infinite, hello. Shell, good to see you. Keep praying for Shell too. She is on that road to recovery. Jumpsuit, hello, welcome. So what do we have going on? Let me start by introducing our very special guest, Figgie. Let me just do something here real quick, and I will I want to make sure that I have all of her stuff pulled up. I was downloading in the meantime. So again, bear with me. And I think this is the last. No, cancel. Sorry. Having a little bit of technical difficulties this afternoon. And skip. Alrighty. All right. So, where did we go? All right. So here we are. We've got Figgie in the chat. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate the prayers. So I'm going to introduce Figgie. Many of you already know her from being in the chat with us on various different groups and different channels. But for those of you that don't, Figgie, she's 58 years old, second out of 8 brothers and sisters, born in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and raised in the United States. She is a long time paranormal UFO research, has been doing UFO research for quite some time. She is a graduated high school at 15 years old, took small business administration courses, moved to New York in 1986, worked at restaurants and a hotel for 32 years in Tulsa and Muskogee. My goodness, Figgie is an amazing woman, amazing person. I'm just going to bring her in and let's go from here. She's got a lot to tell us. She's done a lot of research, and I am very happy to have her on. So let's bring her on. Hello, Figgie. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you on tonight. Can you
Hi,
hear?
can you see me?
I can see a yellow screen.
I can hear you.
I can hear you, yes.
I'm touching the buttons, but I'm trying to get in. Can you see me?
All I can see is a yellow screen.
And well, I'm seeing the same.
Mm-hmm.
How can I sneak in?
I see a dot now.
I think it's happening. I'm not sure.
Something's happening.
Well, it's a Friday night. Everything is bound to happen. Okay, yes. What am I doing wrong? Camera facing front, camera facing back. I think it's a Friday night. Everything is bound to.
We just lost her. Oh no! She'll pop back in. Device not connected. I think she just connected her device. Figgie, if you can hear me, try and log back in. So, well, let's go and let me continue on with her bio since she is out. Let's go. Okay, so let's see. Figgie is also an avid reader. She's been doing documentaries of all sorts. And above all, she is a child of God, like many of us. I'm trying to log back in. I know, Figgie. Gotta be careful with those buttons. It likes to kick us out. So I don't know how many of you have seen or heard about the disclosure, some of the things that have been released to the Department of War, the videos. It's asking to wait. Shouldn't ask you to wait, Figgie. I don't see you. You should be able to just pop right back in. is uploading. I wonder if it's a connection issue. So there have been recent videos and images and so forth that have been released to the Department of War that you can actually access, which was part of the video that I was playing this during my intro song. And the government is basically stating, yes, that they are, hello, Batmom, welcome. The government is basically stating that, yes, there have been, they agree that there are extra, or I don't know if they've said extraterrestrials, but UFOs. Again, we don't really need them to know that this stuff is out there. It's what is it is the big question that people need to be aware of, which is why I'm really excited to have Figgie discuss this, because of what she has learned and what many of us here have also understood and believe to be true, which I 100% believe to be true as well, that these are not actually aliens. These are actually demons that are roaming around. And we'll explain that. We'll get into that as soon as we can get Figgie back in here. So, until we can get her back in, I am going to basically go through some of the stuff that I have coming up going forward. And once she gets in, we will take off from there. So June 12th, I will be doing another camp out. Hey, Robbie, good to see you. You're not late. You're right on time, man. So June 12th, I will be doing another camp out with Kevin. We will be going up to the Kettles, where I'm not going to disclose. It's a big area, so we can go from there. The 18th, we will be in another camp out, or I will be in another camp out area. I think Kevin might be coming to that one too, maybe, possibly. I'm not quite sure. And yes, Belinda, actually, I'm hoping that we can get you recorded tomorrow so that we will actually have Belinda on next Tuesday. And then we've got Figgie back. All right, here we go. All right, Figgie. Don't touch the camera.
I'm not touching anything.
Okay.
I'm just letting you roll.
All right. So,
Got it.
There we go. Yeah.
Got it. I told you it's not going to last forever.
We figured it out. Woohoo.
Hello. I'm sorry about that. Hello. Sorry.
Hey, Cubot. Good to see you.
Good to see everybody. God bless everyone.
Yeah, when the rapture happens, they're going to say that we were abducted. Absolutely. Yep, I agree.
Definitely. Sorry about that, but I never used StreamYard. It's my first time.
It's okay. We'll figure it out together, right?
Yeah, it's just a matter of keep pushing buttons.
Yeah, just go press the red button.
Yeah. I'm so glad. Finally, for a second, I was like, well, maybe I'm supposed to have an account. You know, those things that sometimes happen. So,
yeah.
But thank you, God. We're here. We're good. How are you? How is everybody? I got my cell phone queue, but Shell is here. She's saying go 50. Yeah, Shell is saying go 50. Go, Shelly. That's my girl. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad everybody's open, running, and blessed, and you know, ready for the battle. So, I got Cuba, Robbie, Infinite, Belinda. Okay, okay. I mean, family's here. Family's
Yep,
here. Family's
absolutely.
here. Yeah.
So, do you want me to go ahead? I can go ahead and play that video clip that you want, and then we can
Sure.
go from there. Okay.
Sure.
So
Sure. Yeah.
let me bring that up. All right. So
Nice.
that
Nice.
so
Can
is
you
that
hear me?
the? Yep, I can hear you. Yep.
Good. Good.
So is that you put that together? That was kind of nice.
Well, that's the beginning. That's the beginning of my journey. I, I personally don't care about UFOs or aliens or psyops. I don't care for none of that stuff. I was just having knowledge of it because when I was a kid in 1974 in Puerto Rico, they have a big event from the government, and they were saying that they were going to send some messages to the outer space, and in this message, and they were going to put our location, which eventually became the Arecibo message. The Arecibo message was a message that Carl Sagan and Frank Drake, those days they were the Puerto Rico Observatory director and associate director, and they decided to send a message to the outer space and call it the Arecibo message, where it says where we are and everything, in a mathematical equation kind of a deal. So I remember when they were doing that, because I was in Puerto Rico, a lot of people were against it. A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people was like, no, 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 don't do that, because you never know what is in the other side. Why you want to be poking the monster? Leave it alone.
Right.
So that was 1974. I remember that because I was in elementary school. I was like in second, maybe third grade, but I remember everything. So they did it anyways, okay? Later on, not even like maybe a year after they sent the message, farmers started finding their cattle drain of the blood. Some of them, and the cattle was missing the insides of it, like the liver, the heart, the organs, important organs. And everybody was astonished. People couldn't like figure it out what is going on, because draining the blood out of a cow is not an easy task. And
Mm-mm.
the only thing that they find was two punctures on the skin. Two puncture, maybe a half an inch one from the other. distance, and it was an enigma. It was crazy. It was an enigma. People were upset. People were blaming the Arecibo message. Then after the 1975, 76, there was a baseball game, and there was like 2,000 people outside watching the baseball game. And suddenly all the lights went out in the west side of the island of Puerto Rico. The lights went out in the baseball park while these people are playing baseball, adults, and a huge UFO ship just fly over them, over the crowd, and has the ship was flying, it was sucking the electricity out of people's houses, and out of the government pole outside, the regular electricity. It was pandemonium. Some people took pictures and some people want answers. Ever since, we've been having a problem with UFOs in the island, but sometimes it's really, really, really strong. Other times it just like disappear. So it has like a fluctuation. Let's say like from January to May, you don't see anything. But from July to December, it's pandemonium. You can see them in daytime, nighttime, and so forth. So I was never interested on it, even though that I was aware of it, and I was aware of what was happening in the island pertaining with people being adopted, people being like losing time. I was here and then now I'm over there. It was just madness, like exactly what is happening in Puerto Rico. Same from in Puerto Rico, exactly what is happening here in United States. So finally, one of the UFO crashed eventually. So in the crash of the UFO, that's when finally people was like, hey man, you cannot deny this anymore. It's here, we got it, and come and get it if you want it. And that's what happened. The United States Air Force came and picked up the UFO. And ever since, by now in Puerto Rico, people like, they don't care about that. As far that it doesn't harm, or as far that you don't take my kids, that they don't care anymore, because now, they see them and they don't bother us, and we're not bothering them. So we learn to cohabit,
Mhm.
So um I was done and finished with that situation for the longest. Now in 2023, I went to Florida for Thanksgiving and I stayed with my family, and we all do like cruising USA. We go to different places in the United States, and in the 2023 to 2024, there was like 8 of us. So we did that. We went to different places across the United States, and in January 1st, 2024, we arrived at the house, and me and my cousin, we were unloading the the minivan, because the ladies were, or my cousin was inside, so me and my cousin Freddie, we were outside unloading the minivan. And the deal is that suddenly I hear this buzz, like a buzzing, and I'm like, what the hell is that? I'm looking, because you don't see it, but you can hear it. And when you are, I was trying to find it, and I'm asking my cousin, hey man, do you got your cell phone on? Finally I step aside, and when I step aside, that I look up into the sky, there were 8 UFOs, 8 of them
Wow.
aligned, two at a time, like organized, two, in pairs. And I'm like, whoa, wait a second, but I was not sure what it was because I never seen a UFO. So the deal is that called my cousin and I was like, Freddie, come here, come here, come here, come here, hurry, hurry, look at this. What is that? And he was like, hey, I don't know what's that. So I was like, man, you're supposed to know. You're the owner of the house. What you mean? He says, I never seen that before. And it was UFOs. I did not see because they are like 3,000 feet up in the sky.
Were they
I'm
like?
not
Could you tell what
the
what they
ship,
look like
the
disc
ship,
wise, or
the
just
disc, yes,
disc? Okay.
the ship is a round disc with a light underneath. See
Okay.
that you can see that,
Okay.
but they were like maybe 2 to 3,000 feet up in the high in the sky. It was a nighttime, and I'm fighting myself because I never seen this before. So I'm fighting myself. I'm like, what the hell is this? And just, I think I'm just being obnoxious, to my cousin because I couldn't figure it out what it was. I never seen anything like that. And then you hear the buzzing, the zoom 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 zoom. It's constant. It doesn't go away.
Mm-hmm.
So in the process, I'm like, oh my god, man, this is UFOs. So of course, I'm recording on my cell phone, and I'm recording on the cell phone, and at some point, I'm telling my cousin, those two, they're gonna collide, they're gonna crash. Well, at first he didn't see what I was talking about, but it was an airplane because they live beside the Orlando, Florida International Airport, and you can see the airplanes taking off. Where I was standing, I can see the airplane, but where my cousin was standing, he could not see the airplane. So I'm telling him, hey, listen, that airplane and that UFO, they're going to crash. And he's like, what are you talking about? They can't collide. And I was like, yeah, yes, they are. They got the same altitude. And exactly like I'm telling you, Jess, the airplane is taking off, and the UFO is coming right on it. And I got it on video. And I'm telling my cousin, hurry, hurry, hurry.
Uh oh.
Cousin is like, what are you talking about? And I was like, the airplane, man. The freaking airplane. And by the miracle of God, Jess, when the airplane is up here, right here, let's say right here, the UFO came in and did like this and just took off.
Wow.
So I'm telling my cousin, oh my God, he went over it. And my cousin says, no, he went under. And I was like, no, 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 he went over it. And he says, no, 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 he went under. I was like, well, who cares anyways? I got it on video. I stayed quiet. I never told nobody. 2 weeks later, I'm at the Dallas airport and I'm listening to Cryptids Canada. And Leslie is talking about the Florida Mall alien. And I was like, what the heck is that? Well, the Florida Mall aliens is a group of aliens that they came into the mall and they were just, they want to be part of the crowd. They want to see what is all the buzz about because you remember that is the end of the year is the day that we go at it with the fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Just imagine you being in this location and there's nothing but fireworks just going at it. So of course they're going to be curious. The curiosity is going to get, ignite. So they came down and they walked and people took pictures. You remember that, Catherine? Yeah, it was upheaval. I was not aware of it because I was scared. I did not tell nobody about what I saw. I didn't tell nobody that I had that video. I sent the copy to my family in Puerto Rico. Keep it just in case, but I keep it quiet and I did not tell no one till now that the government released their videos yesterday, the day before yesterday, Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, or Wednesday. So I was like, if the government is releasing the videos of the UFO, so then we cool. So now I'm gonna release what I got. And to make the long story short, in the process of doing this and experiencing this, I asked God. I was like, Lord, what is that? And that's when the Lord told me, just go and find out, you know, figure it out. And I keep looking into it. So finally, it is what we already know that it is. Those things are entities that they are playing evil. Now there's 72 of them. Out of those 72 of them, there's three of them that they are not friendly, which is the gray one, the other one that is called the tantra tantraloids. Tantraloids. They look ants, like ants.
Wow.
Like insects.
Uh-huh.
They're called tantraloid.
Okay.
Tantraloid. Tantraloids. Yeah, and they are scary. They look like ants, and they don't have hands. They have like a kind of a things like this, but they don't have hands, nor do they have feet or anything like that. So there's three of them that they are man eaters. The other ones, some of them are friendly, some of them help humans behind the government's back. Some of them say that they are our brothers, that they're here to protect us. Some of them are white. They are like 72 different types of them. So I don't know who is who, but what I find out is that there's a few of them that they are doing evil by kidnapping, by doing the things that everybody knows that they're doing, because this is not a secret. They've been
Right.
doing this for 80 something years.
Right.
And I'm thinking, I'm thinking 80 something years and people still asking, are we alone? No, we're not alone. No, we're not alone. By far, we are not alone. We are,
Mhm.
we trust me. So I decided to do a documentary because when I started researching aliens, other stuff came out. It came out before when I started researching. When was the first time? It was Josefa was a historian from Israel, Jewish. And Josefa, he wrote about it, and it's part of the agenda. Then after him, Christopher Columbus wrote about it. And then after that, other people have wrote about it. And I was like, but where these things are coming from? Well, there's a lot of things that we as humans, we don't know about because they are what the Bible called the mysterious ways of the Bible. And those things where we don't know, and maybe it's not for us to find out, but they are there and they are going to hurt us if we let them. So I think that the best thing that we got to do is, number one, I believe in education. I believe in communication. So I decided to do a documentary where I research the background on the aliens, the background is the fallen angels. It was 200 of them. They called the Gregory angels, and they betrayed God. and they create an alliance with Lucifer. But not only the Gregory, there's other ones that they are against the plan of God. Because at the end, everything has to do with good and evil. Everything
Mhm.
is linked to the Bible. Everything is against good and evil. And the bottom line is, what are you going to do? Are you going to trust somebody that is just trying to sweet the deal? Or you going to follow what the Bible says and, kneel down, become humble, and ask for help to the Lord and to guide you and to assist you and to grab you by the hand and take you wherever they want to take you. And if I lose my life, well, if I'm gonna lose it, well, I lose it, but at least I'm gonna rest in peace, that I'm gonna be looking at my father and looking at
Yep.
my mother and looking at the things that are dear to me. So
Yep.
that's how everything started. It was something that I was not interested on it at all. It happens, man. It happens. I will never forget that.
Yeah, it's and I remember when that whole thing came out too with the mall, and I don't know, there were some clips that came through that people were saying, "Oh, it's real, it's not real, it's AI, it's not AI, what's real, what's not," and it really got brushed under the rug. I think it got quieted down really quick, and people stopped talking about it. And I know that even the disclosure, I question now even the disclosure that's coming out. What are they doing? What are they hiding? What is the government hiding? And that's why they're trying to push these files that they released too. Because for them to be releasing these files after saying for so long that this stuff isn't real and there's no such thing, they're trying to really get our attention off of something else too. Because these are, I always called them, these are their secret aces in the hole, the
Yeah.
we'll put this
Yeah.
out and really distract the public. So what's going on? And I think, this is my opinion, I don't know what you think, I think this is the beginning of Project Bluebeam that they have been talking about for a long time, that big distraction. And they're going to come and say, well, like I think Cubot had said, and Batmom had said before, that it's with the rapture, and the rapture is going to happen, and this entity is going to come down, and I don't know what you think about this, but entity is going to come down, and then they're going to turn around and say, oh well, this is the real God, and we all need to follow him and do what he says, and we
Yes.
need to hang on to Christ and what we know with the Bible, because that is going to be completely the false prophet, and we need to be
Yes.
careful.
Yep.
Hmm.
I agree with you. Yep. I agree 100%. I was doing some research and I find out recently, this guy, his name is George Knapp. He's a Las Vegas, Nevada news reporter, and he was interviewing some old timers. And one of the guys says that in 1987, the government has between 10 and 15 UFOs already in possession. They already had them. Okay?
Hmm.
10 to 15 now. Same guy, Lear, says that between 30 and 50 alien bodies are storage in cryogenic storage of 5 different alien civilizations.
Wow.
So it's making sense because it's a lot of people are talking about this. This is not the first time. It's been 80 years, friend. You know, the whole information that you can stack in 80 years, and when you started going over it, you just be like, oh wow, now it makes sense. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god, they were saying the truth. Oh my god, that really happened. That was true. Stuff like that is I mean, 80, 90 years is a lot. And yeah, look at that. The Daily Mail, all of those things, the government cannot deny what is so obvious. It is so obvious that I think, like you just said, they are releasing all this stuff because they're going to sneak the Antichrist.
Yep.
That's how they're going to sneak the Antichrist, pretending to be God and pretending to be this. And because these creatures, they are able to morph, they are able to shift, change. I was reading a book from the Sumerians, and this book is like, I don't know, maybe 20, 10,000 years old, because they're not books, they are what is called rolls of cuneiform. Cuneiform is the type of letter that they use in the old days to keep track of whatever, right? So all those things, eventually somebody came and translated, and now you can tell what it meant. So this cuneiform was saying that there's an entity called Niterus. Niterus. That entity is spelled Neterus. Neterus.
Okay.
Neterus. Is That's Sumerian. I don't expect anybody to, but let me tell you what it is.
Okay.
Niterus are eyes piercing entities that they can fly, they can traverse from earth to celestial, they are shapeshifter, they can watch from the distance, like from the stars, from the cosmos, and they watch from the deep, and they are tracking the Anunnakis. Because people said the Anunnakis came to Earth because they needed gold and because they needed to help us. No, that thing called Nityrus, that is like a guardian angel, and he was chasing them since they betrayed God many thousand years ago. Well, those things they were chasing the Anunnakis, but they were in agreement that they were going to stay in here. But when they started doing the sacrifice, like the giant was eating the babies, and they were doing sacrifices with the blood, because the blood of Jesus and the blood of God is life. Those things are holy. They are considered holy. And that's when the flood came, because God was like, it's time to get rid of these people. They are eating humans. They are desecrating me, desecrating my blood. And that's when the situation happened, that the flood came and cleaned the house the best that could be done. But this thing, the Neteros, is one out of at least like at least like 10 creatures that I found that they are part of the kingdom of God. And those creatures, nobody talk about them because you have to go into the old scriptures and you have to find out the translation. And sometimes the translation is done wrongly. So it's just for me, it's fascinating because I get to read and I like to read a lot, you know. So
Yeah.
I was like, also the Anunnaki was being chased. Yeah, they were chased out of. Remember, they got kicked out of heaven
Hmm.
for having sexual relation with the woman from the tribe of Cain. Cain, the son of Adam and Eve, and those women, the archangel Michael came and threw them in the water and cursed them. And those are the famous mermaids that people say that they don't exist.
They
Yeah,
do. Hmm.
I'm gonna show you a story. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff is in the Bible that you just cannot fight it because so much things are coming out. It's like
Yep.
it's like it's like I don't know if you see it this way, but I feel like all those things that my grandma warned me about, they are becoming reality. All of them.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep. It's all been there. All of the answers have been there, and we've people have just been turning their backs to it, turning a blind eye to it, not realizing it. Yeah. I have been thinking for a long time that if you think about the description, the heavenly beings coming down from the heavens, we refer to the stars and the sky as the heavens, and the ships that are coming from the heavens, and even the descriptions too, the chariots of fire going across the skies. Are those the transports, the ships of the aliens ultimately, which I do believe that those are the fallen. They are the ones that were the fallen, and they are here to corrupt and ruin the genetics and ruin God's creation. And that this is
Yes.
just all part of the deception. And how many of those, I mean, they can. You read these stories where they can take on what are demons? They are just the fallen angels. They're still angels. We've given them a name of being demonic to decipher good versus evil. But
Yeah.
all in all, they're angels. And the angels have the ability to shift and change and morph, just like what you said. They can shift
Yeah.
their appearances. And these things, they're not, and the government knows. I don't know if you saw, did you by any chance check out Tony Merkel's show from yesterday?
Yes.
I think,
No,
and
I didn't see yesterday, but I follow him.
okay, so he has a side show that he does called Slingshot. So it's the confessionals
Oh,
and then Slingshot. And he was actually live yesterday afternoon and was discussing one of his previous interviews that he had done where a military person was actually downloading viruses onto I don't know if it was an enemy ship in Russia, and they came across a screen that had some weird writing on it, and he called it Enochian language. And the other soldier told him he's not going to be able to find that language in any book, that it is an ancient demonic language. And what he was referring to was the Enochians. Yes.
oh my God.
So the government knows exactly what they're dealing with. They have made a deal with the devil, and they have been
Yes.
doing it for a long time.
Yes. Yes. Man, you just read my mind. You know, well, yes, I've been researching for 3 years.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of stuff going on in Puerto Rico. Let me tell you about my country. Puerto Rico, before it became United States, it belonged to Spain in the 1400 for Cristobal Columbus discovery, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I remember when I was a kid and I used to go to the river in Puerto Rico and I see sprinkles of gold in the riverbed. I remember that. So, as I've been, asking my family, I was like, is that gold in the bottom of that? Because it's mixed with the sand. It's little flakes, but you can tell because when you grab it and you put it on the sun, it shines and it's gold. I was maybe 7, 8 years old, but I remember, and I'm like, this is gold. So I took it to my auntie and I asked her, if this is what is this? And she said, oh, gold used to flow in the river in Puerto Rico. That's why Puerto Rico is called Puerto Rico. And she says that is rich port. Translation, rich port. And the Indians from Puerto Rico, Taínos, they say that gold used to flow from the rivers. And I'm seeing this, right? So now, fast forward 20,000 years, in that place that I find that it was a river with gold is the same place that the UFOs are constantly being seen. Because gold has different, like the onion, it has different purposes. Like the onion is like garlic. Same situation with gold. Gold has a lot of different properties, and I don't know what is it that they use it for, but many people in Puerto Rico have witnessed explosion underwater, and earthquakes. After the explosion, earthquakes. And I was like, wow, could it be possible that these people are mining gold from the ore underneath the island? Like on the water side, because you can mine gold out of the sea. I've seen it on the rivers, and I've seen it on the sea also. So the explosions, the constant UFO sightseeing, people see and they don't even look at them anymore. They already like, who cares? They are like what do you call it? Like nothing. It doesn't bother them.
Yeah.
Immune. They're immune.
Yeah. Numb
Yeah,
to it.
they're immune
Yeah.
to it. Yeah. So the list that I was like, that's the reason why we got so many UFO on the island. They are mining gold underneath. And that's the explosion that the people are talking about. And same situation with that chupacabra. That chupacabra is not from 2020. That chupacabra is being in existence since 1978, maybe 78, yeah, before I left to Virginia to live with my mom. But they didn't call it chupacabra. They call it the vampire of Mocha. Mocha is the name of a town that a lot of cattle and chickens and rabbits, they show up without blood. And people were saying that it was a vampire. It was not a vampire. It was the same chupacabra. But that was in 1970. I went to Virginia in 79. So let's say 77, 78. That chupacabra was already in Puerto Rico, sucking the blood dry out of the cattle and out of the poultries. And I don't know, whoever they can suck the blood out of it. But It's there. It's there. It's just the government denying it. After we looking at it and we're like, hey man, it's obvious now. Now we know what you're doing. So I know where your money is been going to underwater, to do underground bases, to do underground, facilities. Yeah, that's the reason why the deficit, they can, the Department of Defense has not been able to to match their books for more than 30 years. Meaning, like, to fix it. Like I spent $5 in a car, to match it, to balance it. They're not been able for more than 30 years. The Department
I
of Defense.
I think at this point they've given up on balancing that. It's out the window.
They waste too much money and in stuff that they should not been touching, because now what they're doing, they're dealing with the enemy.
Hmm.
So the nation that the good Lord gave to us to enjoy, now the people that we are habiting here, our leadership, are doing business with Lucifer, with the devil. That's what they're doing. They're not going to tell us, but we can see it. We're not that blind. We're not that stupid. We're not that ignorant. People know, and people are tired because we are broke and broke and broke and sicker and sicker and sicker. And it's like, look at the gasoline prices. $7.
Yeah.
$7.
Um, so I know, I just want to touch on this, and this is another theory that I have since we're kind of going down this rabbit hole. So Qbot says, sorry, demons don't need gold. Well, I know that the properties of gold have a whole lot to them. And one of the things that they believe that the pyramids, for example, the top of the pyramids were lined with gold. They had the gold caps that actually were, and the pyramids are thought to have actually been generators or power sources. And my
Yeah.
deep theory to this is that no, it's not the gold, but it is the energy source, and it's the properties within the gold that create these sources that are allowing us to do with the technology that the fallen angels have given the humans to be able to open up different dimensions and portals and such and so forth. For example, CERN, when we talk about CERN, they
Yeah.
are trying to use the God particle and trying to open up different dimensions. And I was just reading the other day that they have said that there are 17 dimensions. And if you think about all of the stuff that they have talked about, there are 9 dimensions or 9 levels of hell, apparently 7 levels of heaven, and then us. What does that leave? That leaves 17 dimensions. What
Exactly.
are the fallen angels trying to teach us? Ways to open up these portals so that they can release everything and let everything out. I believe that that is where all of the connection comes around. It goes around and around, and that is, and is this completely spot on? I don't know. But this has been a long-standing theory in my mind that I have believed, is that these fallen angels are trying to use us to basically open up these dimensions so that they can run rampant fully. And the government is working with them, and the gold properties. That gold has been a huge thing for centuries. So why is that? I think that's part of it.
Hey, let me tell you a secret. When I was a kid, Jess, when I was a kid, I remember my mom was a Christian. My grandma, she was a Christian, and she always talked to us about the Lord and how holy and sacred the Lord is. And I always think in my head, I hope that I'm not here to see the end of the world. And I
Yeah.
always pray, Lord, don't let me be here to see. I don't want to see the end of the world. And Lord, I don't want to. And guess what? It looked that we are heading toward that end. The veil, like Cuba just said, yeah, that veil is getting thinner. Look at the lady from Oklahoma that she got beaten by bear, dogman, God knows what.
Who
But
knows?
there's one thing for sure. That lady was not bothering anybody. She was
Mm.
minding her own business and something came and attacked her. You know, and in the Bible is there in seal number 4, Revelation. You know, authority was given to these entities, you know, to devour humanity. And it's not gonna be pretty. And I was like, Lord, please, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see, because I know that when God created us, He created us with the best intentions, man. So we can enjoy everything, our children, you know, our husbands, our grandsons, the puppies, my daddy, your daddy. You know, it was for enjoyment. It was not supposed to be what is happening right now.
Right.
You know what I found? That God knew that the angels were being prideful, and there was celestial wars, and the planet called there was a planet called Rabath, starts with an R. The planet was destroyed. Anyway, the deal is that when God Father He discovered that the angels were being um, prideful, He decided to create something better, and that's when He created humans. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
He created humans. Okay, because humans are able to love, and humans are able to forgive, and humans, you know, there are so many great things about attributes that humans hi Dana, that thank you Dana, that humans are so, it's like God really really was like, I'm gonna do the best and we're gonna call them humans. And it
Mm-hmm.
was great, and it was great, but you know what happened? Someone came to mess up the party. You see, because the plan was for us to watch over the earth. We were going to be the administrators of the earth. But when the situation happened that Eve ate the apple, so we can call it that, so that's when the plan went to down the drain. But the
Mm-hmm.
plan, it was for us to be the masters of this universe, and you know, to enjoy it, and He was going to be with us, because God used to walk on earth before. Remember when Moses
Yep.
was in the desert? Yeah, the Lord came, you know, many times, and they met at the top of the mountain. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm talking about God, the King of the universe. I'm talking about the big boss. You know, He
Yep.
was here. He was
Yep.
here, and that speak volume. You know, He loves us. He really want the best for us. But something always managed to destroy the relationship. And look at this. God was betrayed by Lucifer. That's one. He was betrayed by the Gregory angels. There was 200 of them. He was betrayed by Adam. He was betrayed by Eve. He was betrayed by the Nagas. The Nagas is a creature that has half of the body is like a serpent, like a snake, and the other half is a human being, like a woman, or it's called nagas. A lot of people in Mexico, they know about these creatures, and they mentioned it to me, but I didn't know what it was. But now that I'm reading ancient book, I'm like, oh, that's the nagas that they mentioned in Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, the situation is that a lot of people that got created, always something gotta come and mess it up.
Yep.
All the time. All the time. All the time.
Never fails. Let me bring up a couple other things here. We've got. Don't want to forget.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So, what can you tell us about this?
Well, I used to play when I was a kid in the Pentagon because my mom was in the army and my stepdad worked with the Joint Chief of Staff, and we used to play in the middle of the Pentagon. It's like a small little park, and we stayed there until my mom and or my stepdad finished working. Let me tell you something about the Pentagon. The Pentagon is where all the secrets of this nation is at. Gold is Fort Knox. Super secret is the Pentagon. When
Okay.
the Pentagon decide to put something upon someone, they're gonna do whatever they have to do, no matter what. And if it means taking your life, I think we already know that is gonna happen. There's a guy in Iran. His name was he was the most feared captain in Iran. Trump put a bomb on his motorcade and got rid of him. Soleimani. Soleimani was a he was a
Oh, it's cutting out. Oh, did we lose you?
I think my yeah, I thought it was you, so it's me, huh? I saw
Okay,
a
you're back.
buffering for a second. Okay.
Yep, you're back.
So the deal is that when the Pentagon put the eye, yeah, they're gonna do whatever it needs to be done for the sake of the nation. But they're dealing with the enemy. How you gonna explain that to God if you couldn't deal with the devil? How can we
Mm-hmm.
trust something like that? So it's a 50-50. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's a 50-50.
I don't trust our government at all.
No, it's down to the it's down to the bottom that nobody does. Nobody does because for what we know. And we wish that it cannot be it could be different, man. The government is there to support us, to protect us. Because there's plenty of evil outside. We don't need extra. So yeah, Ryan. You see that? Suddenly, yeah, I'm buffering. But we can do better, man. I don't have nothing against the government because my daddy was a senator. My family, we are public servants. We all work on different branches of the government in Puerto Rico. It's not about the government, it's our leadership that is failing. And
Yes.
people keep electing the same people. That's where
Yeah.
I'm stuck at. Change the people. Maybe we can do something different. But when you got a congressman that is being in Congress for 20, 10, 15, 30 years, Oh, that guy is way past doing to the game. They
Right.
coming out millionaires out of $100,000 a year paycheck. Come on, man. We know better than that.
Yeah, and yeah, as a public servant and a public official or government, I would think that if they're going to be in a government term, they shouldn't be making thousands and thousands of dollars every year like they are making. They shouldn't be benefiting off of it. They are voted in to be our spokesperson. It should be it definitely should not be a career thing like that where they are making money and benefiting off of things like they are. And it's not how our government was originally set up to be. That's not what it was supposed to be like.
Exactly. Yes. For
Um,
by the way, let me clarify this with who is it? Jason. Jason. Somebody asked me. There's a Pentagon in Puerto Rico. No, I live in Arlington, Virginia. My mom was in the military, and my stepdad. They work with the Joint Chief of Staff. Oh, bad mom. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. There's no Pentagon in Puerto Rico. It's in Washington. But I used to go there because that's where my parents work when I was in 1978, 79, when I was in Virginia. I live in the military base and I was raised in the military base. And that's my stomping grounds. The Arlington National Cemetery. Yeah, that's my stomping ground. Love it. Love it. Yes, Mulder was right.
yeah.
Yes, you're right.
So
It's
I think,
just we can do better, friend. We can do better, and people don't take seriously the power of your vote. You know that the voting is so important. Uh-oh, there I go again, right?
yeah, I'll bring it up in a second. Go ahead. Yeah,
Okay,
voting is very important. Hmm.
voting. Yes, you need to change all that Congress. You need to change that. Change it, all of them. It's maybe leave maybe five. That's it. The rest, they need to go. Otherwise, this thing will never change. It's about the vote,
Yep,
and
I
it's
agree.
about following God. Above all, following God, because you don't want to be part of a government that is doing business with the devil. Especially when we seeing what we seeing, you
Well,
know.
and I think our government and other governments have already made these deals. And I don't know if there's anything that we can even do to, other than individually protecting ourselves and our family, against it. I don't know. Rebuking it is, is all we can do.
Um, Hitler, Hitler, when Hitler was finally defeated, the United States found a UFO with the initials. It looked like a bell, and it has the Nazi initials on it. Hitler has been doing business with the aliens long time ago through there's a process that is called when you are invoking spirits, necromancy. It is necromancy. Okay,
Uh, yeah,
necromancy.
with the dead.
Necromancy. If double check me, I might be. My English is not the best. But it's necromancy. If I'm not mistaken, it's when you invoke, when you are calling on spirits, spirits. You know who did it? King Saul in the Bible. You remember the witch of Endor? Same situation that King Saul went to see the witch so the witch can call Samuel, the prophet. Well, that process is still being done as we speak. How do we know? Because Cuba, good night, because the Smithsonian are packing their giant bones and they don't have giants to show us for whatever reason. They don't have giants, skeletons or heads or anything. Okay, so you can do that. It's invoking, and Hitler used to do that. The invocation is called, if I'm not mistaken, necromancy, and is when you call the dead spirits for your benefit. And that stuff was done, and Hitler was doing it, and that's how he communicate with the other world, and with the dark, to whoever likes darkness, and it was the plan was for him to be the owner of the world completely, completely, completely.
Hmm.
So that situation of invoking spirits is nothing new. It's something that is being done, that they still done by other secret societies, people that they don't believe in God, or like Satanism, and or Luciferians. All those entities, they do that. They invoke spirits, and the bones that they got, it has to come back and get accommodated in his own let's call it body, if that's what you may want to call it. But the deal is that is done. It can be done. It was done by King Saul. It was done by Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln wife. She was calling her son, the one that died.
Hmm.
Many people have done it. Still is done to today's day. And when you deal with stuff like that, is when things are getting dangerous. Now
Yep.
you're dealing with the other side, and I don't want nothing to do with the other side.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
it's already, yeah. The other side can keep whatever they got. I'm cool.
So this was one that you had sent me from, this was June 7th of 2023. Michael Schellenberger um, said
Yeah.
U.S. had 12 or more U.S. spacecraft, says military and intelligence contractors. Military and intelligence agencies are withholding evidence from Congress, sources say, um, in a new program for the study of UFOs. And I thought I read something that they had actually said that they halted UFO study, but yet they haven't. So it's like they have, but they haven't. I don't think they know what they want to do. They know what they're doing. They're definitely keeping secrets.
Well, that agency, Arrow, is the agency that I send you to get the videos that the government released. Remember that I told you the government released Wednesday
Okay.
162 videos, UFOs. That's
Yep.
the agency, Arrow. Because when I got my videos, I got it from the Department of Defense. So when I went for the second time, now it's not there. So I keep researching, and I find it at the website on Arrow. Now that people, the Arrow office, they deal with UFOs, right? So these people, they're the one who are in charge of everything pertaining to UFOs. Like if you need to pick one, if you see one, any experience, whatever it is, these are the people that are in charge of it. And many people have come out of that office upset because they've been lying to Congress. And I think that guy, if I'm not mistaken, Kirkpatrick, he
Yeah.
just got fired. I think he got
Oh,
fired. I think so, yes. Kirkpatrick did. Kirkpatrick, no
okay.
Schallenberg. No, I think Kilpatrick got fired for
Sean Kirkpatrick.
lying to
Okay.
Congress. Yes, but it's just they just trying to hide the obvious, James. It's been too long.
Mm-hmm.
By now, they should have surrendered and let it go. You see what I mean? They are too
Yeah.
deep. It's been 80 years of manipulation. I
So,
mean,
are there any of these videos then, or any of the ones that were on the Department of Defense, any of the videos that you had wanted to discuss, or no, they were all on Arrow? Because I couldn't find those.
well, let me tell you something. When I went to the Department of Defense, I find 3 from Puerto Rico. When I sent you, you couldn't find it. And when
Yeah.
I went, it was in another website. So
Oh,
God knows what they're doing, Jess. Heaven knows. Maybe there was some videos that they released that they were not supposed to be released.
well, and that's what I'm wondering too. I've heard a few other people mention these videos that, well, I'll
Yes.
tell you what, I got a whole bunch of them downloaded, but they're on
Yeah.
separate flash drives. They're not on my computer, so the government can try all they want, but they're not going to be able to hack me. Um, I have them
Yeah.
separated and I have them stored. But um, yeah, I don't know. Do you want me to play any of these videos for them
Well,
and we can
there's
discuss them?
check to see if you can play the one from Puerto Rico, where the UFO become splits in two, split
Um,
in two. Check to
oh, you
see.
know what?
Mhm.
There was one that was, yeah, it was apparently 4 minutes long. Hold on, let's see if I can find it. And that was the one that I was playing at the very beginning of this.
Uh-huh.
And yes, here it is. It splits into, um, or was there another one? One, bear with me.
Take
This
your time.
both.
I think yes, I think Kilpatrick got fired
Gee, I wonder
from
why.
Arrow. Kilpatrick.
Minute.
Yeah. Take your time or cut it in half if you want to, if you can slice it.
No, I think this one is it. Okay, let's bring this one up.
But it's a you know, let me tell you something that I discovered in the process of doing this research. A lot of people are dying of cancer. Haven't you
Yep.
noticed that? Not only on the UFOs, but also with the, there you go. Wow. That is Puerto Rico. Let me see. Is that Puerto Rico? You got any volume?
No, there's no volume on it. It's just the.
Okay. Okay.
So you can keep talking.
Well,
But
a lot
yeah.
of people are coming up with cancer. They dying. It's a matter of freaking months.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna tell you something that I know for a fact. You know, I was doing research about the Bigfoot community and where the Bigfoot comes from, blah 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 blah, and I started looking for the people who started the Bigfoot, you know, research in 1950, right? So as I went, I find like 20 of them, right? And I started researching them, and most of them are dead. Out of 20, 16 have died of cancer. And I was like, wait a second, what the heck is that about? So I was like, I contact a good friend of ours from Oklahoma, and I asked him if he wanted to wear a Geiger meter to for radiation. So the guy wear it for a little bit, but another lady, her name is Dee's from Dark Adventure, Dee, I asked her to do it, and she did it.
Mm-hmm.
And has Dee been wearing the Geiger meter? That thing, the numbers when the creatures are approaching her or getting close to her, the numbers started going off, and the Geiger meter started blaring and blasting and sounding the siren off. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
There it
another one
goes.
on the top. You see the one on the top?
Yep.
Holy smoke! So
I'll go back.
D from this dark adventure, she's wearing the Geiger meter, and the numbers sometimes has been outrageous. That I know that I look. Number 10 to 15 is your microwave in your house, and that's okay. You see, but above 15 or above, let's say, I don't know, maybe like 20 or 30, then that's dangerous. And I just noted that most of these guys, they all die of freaking cancer.
Yep.
Yes, I was like, wait a second, could it be possible that these people are getting radiation by doing the research, sitting where the Bigfoot already sit before? Because we all know that Bigfoot is being picked by the aliens, and they say in it because some of the Bigfoots are able to articulate words, and they say that aliens are evil. I was
Mm-hmm.
talking with a guy that his friend has a Bigfoot in Louisiana. Look at that, look at that, look at that. You see that? Look at that. A friend of his has a Bigfoot in Louisiana, and they asked him about aliens, and the Bigfoot says evil. They're evil. And I was like, whoa. So if Bigfoot is saying that they are evil, so it's not a bad idea to listen to the Bigfoot, because they don't get along with aliens. Bigfoot don't
Nope.
like aliens. They are
Nope.
they've been able to verbalize it, to say it.
I think they're experimenting on them just like they're experimenting on us. They don't
Oh
care.
my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, that is so sad. I can imagine. I can imagine if they're doing the same. Now think that might be the reason why we got the what is called the gogui, the one that it has the predator teeth like a
Mm-hmm.
shark, and that gogui is a man eater because in OCST, Harold was in his house, and he was friend with a female Bigfoot, and the female Bigfoot brought with her a gogui, and the gogui was salivating and angry
Mm-hmm.
when he saw Harold, like he want to eat Harold. I was
Yep.
like, oh my god. So could it be possible that these things that they are the gogui has been altered by the aliens and dropped back in, and those are the ones that they are doing atrocious things, and you
Well,
know
they've been manipulating our DNA. They've been so if they can no longer procreate with us like they did in the Old Testament, and they are looking for different ways to corrupt the DNA and create their own offspring after the flood, since they are no longer allowed to procreate. Wouldn't that make sense then to take our, how many people have been stated that they have been abducted and have had been pregnant at one point and have had their children taken from them. I did a interview with Jesus Payan, who even said too that he believes that he actually did have met his child that was from an alien abduction at one point. And So what would stop them from then taking, our DNA and our genetics and corrupting it with other creatures and other beings, creating these other offspring, such as the Gugway, the Dogman, these
Yeah,
other reptilians, these feline creatures,
yeah.
Bigfoot, and melding and meshing and again, morphing these genetics together to create, and they don't care whether it's their offspring or not. They don't care. They're evil, they're
The
demons. They don't
evil.
care about their
Exactly.
genetics. They are only looking for one thing, and that is to corrupt God's perfect creation. So wouldn't it make sense then that that's possibly what they're actually doing? And who knows what else they have created out there that we won't know for another decade, just like the government.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The first time that I saw a Bigfoot was on Jesus Paye. He has a channel, and I was just looking at one of his videos, and there's a moment that he's walking in this valley, and he has like an area where the Bigfoots. He has like a small like a cave, something like that. And at some point when he turned the camera, there's a Bigfoot behind the brush looking at the camera. Friend, I was in my house and I got scared for a second because their appearance is scary, but how can you tell the good one from the bad one? The only
Right.
thing that I know is the teeth. That's the only one, because the gogwe is like B shape, like the shark. You know, shark predator's teeth is like in V shape, like this. That's the only way you can tell that that's a gogwe, because of the teeth. The other ones are like square, but the deal is that these people that they have said that they were having babies from Bigfoots. And wait a second, there was one in Russia. In Russia, there was one that she was a female, and the owner of a furniture store purchased her, and somebody got her pregnant, and she got a baby. It was a baby boy, and the baby boy grew up and was like a regular guy. He got married and he got two daughters, and that happened in Russia. I can't remember the name, but people who are old timers, they know that it's possible because it has happened before, that Bigfoot has been able to create and procreate with women's. And somebody was saying something about a dogman kidnapping his wife. I just saw it recently.
What?
Oh yes, yesterday. Remember in the channel that we were yesterday, Unknown Mysteries? There's a
Okay.
guy that his name was Steamboat. No, it's not Steamboat. It's, they were talking about the guy's wife was screaming, and when he went to see what was it, it was a dogman kidnapping his wife, and he just started shooting at the thing, and the thing let her go. But it's been a big fuss in this guy's life, because the men in black just came recently, and I think they arrested him for talking about what happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was yesterday they were talking about it. Yeah, but I
Okay.
can't remember the guy's name. But it happens. So those things are, they have no boundaries. They have no boundaries. They hate us and they will kill us if you give them a chance or if they have the opportunity, because they are not for us. They are against us. Which bring me back to the situation that when God decided to make humans, he did it because he knew that the angels were full of vanity. And when he ordered everybody to kneel for humans, the first one that complained about it was Lucifer. And that's how this situation are starting, that Lucifer don't like us because they have to kneel before humans, and he was made out of fire, and he says that we are made out of dirt and
Mm-hmm.
that he's not going to kneel for us. That's what the Quran 7:14 or 7:11 it says about it. When the Lord asks him, why are you not kneeling? What is impeding you for kneeling? That's when Lucifer says that they are made out of dirt. You made me out of fire. I am better than them. That's what happened. And everything it just came down to he don't want to kneel before humans, but at some point, that's gonna be him and God, because he is a child of God, so that's gonna be his doing. And the Bible says that he's gonna lose. He can
Yep.
win. He
Yep.
can win. He's gonna lose. So it's biblical. His ending is already written. So
Exactly.
he's gonna try to damage as much as he can while he is able to, because at some point he's not gonna exist no more. And that's the reason why I think sometimes Earth sometimes is like a test, like a testing ground for us to be tested, because God needs to know if we really reliable,
Yep.
if we really, um worship him and love him and obey him and respect him, for what he is, not for what he give us. So it's those things that it's amazing.
He knows. He knows what we're going to choose. He knows what we're going to do in the end. And I think he gave us free will to make our decisions. And when we do finally make those decisions, the only person that we have to blame is ourselves if we make those wrong decisions. So yeah, we are going to be tested, and I think it's for our own faith and our own growth. And that's, I think, something we need to remember. We're on a long journey. It's a short life, but a long journey.
Yes, it's like this is the testing ground. So the idea is for you come to earth to have a human experience. So then when you go back to heaven in spiritual shape, the Lord already knows that that you passed the test already. And
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
No.
Well, Lucifer betrayed him, and he was, the Bible says that when Lucifer was born, that stones of every kind just like cover him. You know what I mean? Like rubies, diamonds, and amethyst, all kinds of stones cover him. So if Lucifer betrayed him, then I understand why he want to test us, and I agree to the test. I understand where he's coming from, because he was betrayed by four at the same time, which was Lucifer, the Gregory, Adam and Eve, and the one that they call the Nagas. That's the one that a lot of people don't know about. But I have heard from them before. The Nagas. It's amazing. It's a mysterious word. It is a mysterious word.
Mm,
I just
yeah.
want a Pegasus. I just want a Pegasus. You know what is a Pegasus?
No.
The horse
Are
with
they,
the wings.
I was gonna say,
Pegasus.
are they like tacos? I like my tacos.
I hope so. I really hope so, my friend. All what I want is Pegasus. You know Pegasus?
The flying horse.
That's what I want.
That would be nice, huh?
Yeah. I just want a flying horse, nothing else. I'm cool.
You know, Fluff was teasing me the other day. He says there were no such things as unicorns. They're actually rhinoceroses. And I says, no, rhinoceroses are chubby unicorns. There certainly are or were real unicorns. I said, why else do the Scottish have them as their national animal? And he says, no, there's no such thing. Like, oh, Fluff, way to ruin a girl's dream.
Oh Lord, that'd be a good one. But you can you imagine? It's just, I can imagine heaven, and I think heaven is this beautiful place. You know, it says that it has, the street is out of gold. The street is made out of gold. The sea is crystal clear, so you can see, and I can't imagine. Heaven gotta be a nice place, an amazing place. So
Yep.
I'm just thankful that I had the chance to be able to turn my life around, because in the beginning I was not a believer. I did not believe in God. And I'm talking about when I was a child, I did not believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
But because my grandma prayers were always constant, the Lord had a way to steer me to him. And I mean, friend, I'm a believer, man, and I wish the best for all of us. But some people are so lost in the materialistic world, that they're not seeing that life is passing by.
Right.
They're not seeing that sometimes friendships are better than possessions. It's so much. It's so much to it that we're gonna be here till tomorrow if I explain to you. But I discovered that it's not your car, it's not your fancy jeans, it's that warm hug from your father, that warm hug from your children, that touch, that
Mm-hmm.
touch gets to your heart. That's what I discovered. It's
Yep.
a special touch, and it gets to your heart. And some people, they just, I mean, look at China. China right now, China wants Taiwan, and if he has to go to war, he's gonna do it. And I'm like seriously, you want to go to war over something that if you die, you won't be able to take with you? Look at
Right.
Saddam Hussein. Look at Hitler. I mean, doesn't these people see other dictators and the way they ended up? I mean, they are so lost inside of their. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep. They think that, they'll be able to, take it with them, or their name is going to go down in glory, one of the two, and it's not worth it. It really isn't, you know?
I I feel that I feel that if these people in this century, they're not smart enough to see what is important in life, then nothing is gonna make them change. They're
Mm-hmm.
just set. They are set on those ways. You see, and that's evil
Yep.
because you always have to have room for improvement. You always have to have room for for things to change. Everything is subject to change. I mean, I'm just saying, everything is subject to change.
Yep.
Nothing. The only thing that is for certain right now is taxes and death.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right. Can't get away from it.
Taxes and death. Exactly. But
Yeah.
I was looking at that, and this guy is willing to go to war over a piece of land. That's how low is your standards. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I just couldn't believe it. And it's gonna happen because the guy said it, the Chin Lee or Chimpi, yeah, he said it that he needs to go to war, he's gonna do it. But Trump, I don't know. I'm praying for Trump, I'm praying for him, to be honest, because Trump is not a bad leader. It's just that considering his background, considering the influences, look at the people that came out of that airplane when he landed in China. All the billionaires and millionaires of America were with him, except Jeff Bezos. But the other ones, they were there. Look at the Air Force One. Nothing but the best of the best came to China, and that's just an idea that anybody can get this grandiosity mentality, which is what is happening with the guy in China. He got the grandiosity mind and he's run because he's human, he's mortal, he's not immortal, and nor is he eternal either,
Mm-hmm.
much lesser. So, that's the kind of people that we're dealing in this time and age. And it's sad because how can you not see that your children kisses and your children's hugs are better than $1 million? How can you not see that? Because $1 million won't get you to your heart. You know what get to my heart? When my grandma hold me or when my daddy kiss me, those things, because they haven't seen me in years. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that touch you. That
Yeah.
really touch you. I miss
Yep.
my dad. I miss my father, man. But I believe in God. I believe in God 100%. But I miss my dad. But I believe in God, and I'm
Yep.
certain. I am certain that we're gonna see each other again. So,
You will.
oh
Amen.
yeah,
You will.
it's a given. It's a given. I know. I get emotional, and I'm sorry about that. But
Oh, no, it's okay.
it's cause
Understandable.
sometimes what is important is right before our eyes, and we just don't get it. We just
Yep.
don't get it. We just don't
Yep.
get it.
People get swept up in everything else and in politics and greed and vengeance or anger and hate or money and forget what really is important and family, friends, and it's the memories that we can share and the bond that we have, and God is what is important. And if more people realize that and would keep hold to that and keep that strong, then this world in general would be a much, much better place. Much better.
Yes. I have lost the people that I hold dear to my life, but I also learned to lean in God, and it's a process, and you have to uh, learn as you go, and not only that, but you have to learn to become this person that you are not, but that you're willing to try just just to just to get some brownie points, if you ask me, but I'm trying. Let me tell you a secret. I just quit smoking cigarettes.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I don't know how long I've been smoking cigarettes, man, but it took me 3 years. It took me 3 years, and I've been without smoking cigarette for 6 months. 6 months. I stopped. I mean, I used the nicotine patch because by myself I couldn't, but I did it. And the same way is toward me, my future, and my expectations. I wish, thank you. I wish that, other people doesn't have to go through the things that we have to experience. Thank you, Miss Nancy. Thank you, Infinite. But I guess that's part of their journey too, They're gonna learn the same way that I did, either the hard way or reading, So we just all what we can do is pray for them. Pray for them and keep praying for them and asking for the Lord to I pray for Trump, honestly. And let me tell you something, don't get me wrong, I never like Trump, you know but I have to pray for him so the Lord can put people in his path, in his life, that is going to give him good advice, that is going to be that person that can steer him toward the right direction, like his daughter, his daughter
Hmm.
Ivanka, right?
Yeah.
The daughter Ivanka, I have much respect for that lady. When Ivanka was in the White House, everything pertaining to the children, it was different, and I pray for them and for the Kennedys, and they are our leaders. They are our leadership. We
Yeah.
must pray for them, because other leaders look in the mess that we are, because other leaders fail us. Now you have UFOs and aliens from other constellations doing up here, making a mess out of something that it was given to us for us to watch and to enjoy. All of those things are from the constellation of Taurus. If you look in the Egyptian museums, you're gonna see that they got horns. Look at the pharaohs, and look at the emperors. They got horns. They are descendants from the people, in this case the fallen angels, from the constellation of Taurus. They came from Taurus, Scorpio. What was the other one? Scorpio, Taurus, Osiris, Osiris. Yeah,
Osiris?
yeah, Osiris. Yeah. So there's like 5 different constellations that they come up here. And let me tell you something that I just find recently. They've been doing it for the last 50,000 years.
Hmm.
I think I send you the memo from the president. I think I sent the memo to you. The president was Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Reagan was asking about these things, and one of the assistant to the president told the president they've been coming here for more than 50,000 years, and there's 5 of them, and the one that they are called tantralite are the deadly ones. Tantralites, tantra. You know,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I thought I sent it to you, but
I don't
um,
see.
yeah, it's for bottom line is they've been coming here for more than 50,000 years, and I believe that is true because in Turkey they find a place called Göbekli Tepe.
Yep.
where Göbekli Tepe is 12,000 years old, and you can see in Göbekli Tepe all the symbols that the Anunnakis in the pillar number 42 in Göbekli Tepe. You're gonna see all the symbols. You're gonna see the symbol from the one with the scorpion, the one with the scorpion. There's a bird. It's like a kind of a bird. I don't know what's the name of that. But in pillar
Uh,
number 42, if
the
you if, if you
Icarus.
Google, what is it?
Was that the Icarus?
I think
Icarus?
so.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
bird one.
Well, if you Google pillar number 42, Göbekli Tepe, it's going to show you all the symbols. Those symbols are from those constellations, from Taurus, from Scorpio, from another one that is called Osiris. There's like five of them that I remember as vaguely, but they are from outer space. And you can tell in their headgears, you can tell that they got the horns from the bull, from the constellation Taurus. You
Well,
can
see,
tell in
and if you think about like Anubis too, he's the dog-headed one, which reminds me of the dog man, whatever they said,
yes,
dog man
yes,
too.
yes. Those are the chimeras.
Mm-hmm.
Those one. They used to call them um beast, man beast. They used to call them man beast in the beginning, long time ago, because they were mixed between a man and an animal. Let's call it.
Okay.
Could be a bull, which they got one with the bull is called
The
what is the name of
Minotaur.
the one? What is it?
The, the Minotaur.
Minotaur. There you go.
Yep.
Yes. Yes, you know exactly. So they got the Minotaur. They got the one that they are Cyclops, that they only have one eye. All
Mm-hmm.
those all those things existed before Noah. When
Mm-hmm.
Noah was born, all those things were in the on the earth, raising hell. And the only tribe that it was set aside was Seth, the son of Adam and Eve. When Adam and Eve have a child, a boy, his name was Seth. The tribe from Seth is the tribe that Jesus Christ come from.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I did my research. I've been reading. I've been reading book from the beginning. Listen, I've been reading books from the beginning of the century. I mean, like century number one. Yes, I am. In
Yes.
cuneiform. In cuneiform, out of everything. No letters. Now it's cuneiform. It's like different style of writing that they use. Now I'm reading that stuff and I'm translating in my mind. I'm learning to just figure it out. It's history, is our history. And
Yep.
those that don't follow our history will perish by not knowing it. We can die of the same thing. And I hope that I can be a blessing and I can be a deterrent for others. I hope and I pray. Today is Friday.
Today's Friday.
Look at me.
Yep.
I'm in my house. I'm in my house. A Friday night. Me, friend, I used to be in the club jumping.
No.
Look where I am. I'm home talking about talking with my best friend, talking about aliens and UFOs.
Yeah, now
Nobody.
my idea of going out on a Friday night now is going out into the woods investigating. People go, "Oh, you're going out tonight?" Yep, I'm going out in the woods. No, you're not
Yeah,
going to the club? No,
yeah, yeah. Mm.
I don't do that.
I admire you. I admire you, Jess, and I admire Dee, because you ladies do what not even guys do that themselves. Thank you, everybody, for the good for the good feedback. But I admire you, you ladies, because what you do, I can see them. That's the reason why I'm like, Jess, can you just walk and we talk later? Because I'm looking at them.
Uh,
And the situation is that even though that those creatures, they are in inter, let's call it interplanetary, okay, they cannot manipulate the camera, my camera. They can manipulate you on your eyesight on the spot, but if you take your camera and you take a picture and you look into it, you can see them right in your camera, because they cannot manipulate the camera. You see, even though that they are beings, even though that they are interplanetary or whatever you want to call them, the camera bring them out. And is just amazing, friend. I have the most respect for you and for the and oh my god, I get high blood pressure. I
yeah, I
get
know.
high blood
I
pressure.
So many people say, "Oh, go back and look." And I sometimes go, I don't want to go back and look at the camera because if I go back, I'm going to realize what I've been out there with and I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. And I'll just take your word for it. And then I get, Dana and you and Dee or Shell sends me stuff and it's like, oh, what was that from? And that was from your live tonight. Oh, no, no, no. Yeah.
Yeah, you ladies, you ladies, you ladies. I was gonna ask you, why don't you have a Geiger meter? You need to have a Geiger meter, because let me tell you the reason why.
I
Because the
bought a
reason,
Geiger meter. I gave my
eh,
Geiger meter away to somebody.
well, I'll buy you one then. I'll buy you one. They're cheap. Don't worry. I'll
I'll
give you one for free.
I'll
Don't
get
worry. I just
I'll
want
get
you.
one.
I just want you. Well, listen. What I'm trying to, just hear me for a second. What I'm trying to do is this: when that Geiger started blaring and screaming, is because they are too close to you.
Yep.
Because the amount of radiation that it has is so much that the thing just, you know, blare, scream. I'm just doing it because I want you to be safe. Okay?
Yeah, I know. And that was one of the reasons why I gave my Geiger meter the person I did, because I wasn't going out at the time and getting things that other person was getting. So yes, I know. I need to go get another one. There's a bunch of things on my equipment list that I need to get that I definitely will be getting within the next few months or so. Because I have trips coming up and I want to make sure that I do have all of the tools that I need for the investigation and stuff too. So it is on my list. Um, I'll get there.
Well,
I'll get it.
listen. I am so happy because D, even though the people criticize D has the heart of a giant. I mean, she does what I don't do myself, and I'm a warrior, already tested. But let me tell you something about D. When D hear her Geiger blasting, she listen. She listen because I have heard her saying it. She's like, "Oh, it's going off. They're coming. They're too close," and she look for ways to get out, and that's good. that's that's meaningful because it's showing that she take care of herself. Her safety is important. You
Hmm.
she have a child, you have a child, and the deal is that safety above everything, so I am just happy about that we did because she listened to the Geiger when it started blaring and blasting. She does listen, and that make me happy. By the way, she was asking me about you. I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
if I mentioned it. Yes, I'm sorry. She wants to meet you.
yeah.
Dee wants to meet you, and I just don't know how. I don't know. It's because I have too much stuff in my head, but I thought that I gave her your email, and I thought that I give you her email so
Well, you
you
did.
ladies connect on your own.
Yeah, you did give me her email, so I did send her an email before the show today. After I got that, so yeah, so
Okay.
it's up to her. So
Okay.
she'll have.
No, no, no. She's because she want to know who you are, and she want to know if you come to her life. And I was like, of course she's in your life. I always say, hi, Arcane, blah blah blah. That's her. That's Jessie.
Hmm.
And she was like, well, just pointed at me so I can say hi to her. I want to meet her. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, okay, next time the I'm gonna make sure to introduce you because obviously it's been what 5 6 months and you
Well,
girls haven't met
yeah.
yet.
Well, I was gonna say we've talked. We talked on the other show. She was on twice, and we talked. So, and actually, the last time I was on one of her lives, I was actually gifted a free membership. So I have to go back in and watch her membership videos. So that was kind of cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Cool. I'm glad then. I'm happy for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's nice. That's nice. That's good to know. That's good to
Hmm.
know.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing that the community per se. Now, I want you to understand and everybody to understand what you're dealing is with evil, and the community is not that it's evil, but there's always going to be somebody that is going to be pulling toward the evil side by creating conflict, by creating animosity, by creating gossip, by creating all these things that we already know. Because the community per se, what you are after is evil, and evil will be more than happy than to do evil upon humanity because that's what they were created for, to destroy us.
Hmm.
And when you and everybody get together, that's a way for you guys to destroy evil, even in talking or saying hi or acknowledge them people. Thank you. You too, Miss Dana. Thank
Hmm.
you. You are disarming evil when you are the day that you talk to what his name, Josh, right? Josh, the day that you were a little bit upset because of what happened, and you
Oh,
came out, you told us that guy, Josh is his name, right? Josh Turner.
yeah. We don't like to
Okay,
talk about him on this show.
okay, I'm sorry about that, but
It's okay. I know.
I apologize.
No, it's
Well, what I
okay.
was, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I was not aware of what's going on, but what I was trying to say is that that's how you destroy evil, by
Mhm.
addressing those little things that are uncomfortable. And if for real, you are after my head, then I'm going to give you 50 feet of distance. But if
Mhm.
you and me, we can sit down and as an adult, we can talk in men situations, I'm going to do it because that's what my father says that I must do for others. That's
Yep,
all what I have to say about that.
I
So
agree.
you and D, so you and D getting together to do things together. That's exactly what the Father says for us to do. You guys are
Yep.
in the right track. Okay?
Yep. Yep.
So
I
that's
think
it.
I think it'd be great. And, that's why I like to even share. That's why even the moderators here, you guys all have the ability to even share out other good channels, just like Mysteries Unknown. Share those channels out on this channel because that's what it's all about. It's about getting that information out there and coming together as a community. And, oh, Catherine, I'm so sorry you're not feeling well. Please get better. Have a good night. Thank you for being here.
Okay. Catherine. Yeah. Yes.
But
Get some rest, Miss Catherine.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what this community needs is for us to be together and come together and support each other, and that's what God wants. He wants us to support each other and learn and come to Him and find the support. So that's I'm all about it.
Yeah. It's like think about it. Everything that you guys are dealing with is evil. The some of the Bigfoot, some of the dogmans, some entities and some shadows and stuff, you know, those things are not of God,
Right.
and therefore you're gonna have a lot of problem in the community, and you're gonna flourish in evilness because that's what it is. But once you come and you turn those things around and you started putting holy water, nothing can grow on it. Nothing. Smash it with holy water, man. Smash it with holy water.
Mm-hmm.
Just destroy it with holy water, blessing, praying, fasting, because this thing is about to be over. I
Yep.
always pray, Lord, never let me see the end of the world. Guess what? I think I'm gonna see it because the way that things are coming down. But I'm fine because who's coming is my Father. I'm not afraid. I'm just sad that the earth is gonna be destroyed because the earth is beautiful compared to other planets. If you go and look in Mars, if you go and looking in Jupiter, Earth is a beautiful place to be. I don't want this place to be destroyed. I wish that God can give us a second chance and say, okay, people, I'm going to stop the destruction under the condition that you repent and get baptized, and I'm going to remove evil. I wish God could say that. But look, the guy from China, he's upset with Japan. You think that God is going to come and help us when no, China got 5 billion human beings population, and one person is sending the whole nation down the drain,
Yep.
just like just like what's name the Nazi guy Hitler.
Yeah.
One person
Yep.
destroys 6 million Jews.
That's all
One
it takes.
person. So it's those things that it make me sad. Don't get me wrong. It's really sad because we're supposed to be together in agreement, with wanting the best, aiming for the best, for peace, tranquility, happiness, blessings, all the things that we are supposed to have. And it's
Mm-hmm.
completely the opposite. Look at the gasoline, $7. That's just one out of thousands of different examples that I can give you.
Yep.
So the only thing that we can do is just sit and pray every day that the hand of the Lord be upon us in our leadership until the Father decide to come home or take us home, whatever
Yep.
comes first.
And lead by example. We need to put and do things and live in the way Christ would want us to, so that we can bring as many other people along with us. I was watching a little clip the other day that says, I think it was an interview with this woman on Facebook. I think she's YouTube also, from Craft to Christ. She used to be a witch and now she's come to Christ. And she says, you can't take anything with you except for other people. It's like, I never thought about it that way either until I saw that clip. And it's true. We need to see how many people we can take with us. And it's a matter of making sure that we are living the best life that we can in Christ, so that
Yes,
we will lead other people towards Christ and we can take them with us when the time comes. And that's what's
yes, yes. I agree. I agree. I noticed that when my daddy died, my daddy was my superhero. And let me tell you something. When my daddy died, a lot of stuff came to my head, a lot of weird thoughts. And I was like, wow, this man that he worked his life since he was a child, because my grandma told me that my daddy, since he was a child, he was a hardworking person. And when he died, he was 74, 77, something like that. And when he was gone, he didn't took anything that he worked with him. He took nothing, nothing. So that came into my head, and I'm like, oh, wait a second. Material stuff, somebody's sending us the wrong message. The material stuff is happiness, and no, it's not.
What's that?
No, it's not. So we need to go back to the beginning and figure it out where we got lost, and try to get back in the group with the motion
I
where it's
agree.
supposed to be. Yeah. Somebody's selling us the wrong story. And the story is not about owning. It's about kneeling. Kneel
Yep.
before the Lord. He take care of the rest.
Yep.
I think so. I think so.
Well, I would say uh, it
What
is
time is
about,
it?
I would say it's about that time. It's 11:15 here. So,
11.
and yeah,
Oh,
it's a late night.
wow.
So I'm gonna have to say, yeah, I'm gonna have to go take some more medicine and put some Voltaren gel on my neck and back, because I'm starting to feel it from sitting here. So, but I
Yes.
thank you so much, Figgy. This has been a wonderful night. I really enjoyed this. So thank you so much for coming on and sharing everything that you've learned. And yeah, this has been great. I would love to have you come back on again too. So
Thank you. Thank you for the
yeah.
invite. I don't know if if I mentioned to you that I own a trucking company. I have trucks, I have 18 wheelers, and this is the time that they come home for maintenance, because once they're gone, they're out of my hands. And I am responsible for that maintenance, because trucking is under the supervision of the federal government. And I had to make sure that my tires are, Lincoln hair high, the brakes and everything. So I'm doing maintenance on the truck, and also I'm finishing with the music of the documentary. But the documentary is already finished and it's done. Or what I'm doing is I'm changing the music. I didn't like the music that I played the first time. So I'm changing the music, and I'm gonna let somebody else, a professional from California or maybe New York, with a good, yeah, to do the music, because I don't have the equipment for the music. Now, once that is done, the music part is adhere into the track, then sell it, I guess. Sell it or show it, one of the two,
Show it. Yeah. I'm sure
right?
everybody here would love to see it. Yep.
It's gonna, what is gonna be the most unbelievable part? when you see the UFO about to collide with the airplane. Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah,
bet. Yeah.
friend. It shook me. I was without able to talk like for maybe like for a couple of days. That stay in my head. It bothers me in my head because I
Hmm.
fly, and I was like, that could have been me in that airplane. These people almost died. They didn't even know it. I was
Yep.
in airplane taking off loaded with people from American Airlines, you
Hmm.
know, taking off so you don't have no return. And that is the one that is strong. It's a strong thing to see, but I thank God that I got to be the one and that I got to show it to people so people know what we're facing and just to anchor ourselves in the still bar that is the word of God. That's
Amen.
all what I have to say.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
And thank
So,
you everybody
yeah.
for being here.
Thank you. We will see you guys again on Tuesday. I will be recording with. Hope you are ready for this one, Figgy. Tuesday, I'm going to be having the show with Belinda. So I'll be
Okay.
recording with Belinda tomorrow. So it'll be fun. Yep.
Okay, Belinda, nice. So
Yeah.
give me at what time Tuesday?
Tuesday will be 7:30 Central PM Central.
Okay. All right. And it's
So
gonna be Belinda.
we're gonna have Belinda on. Yep. So that'll be fun.
Nice. Nice.
Yep.
Keep it in the family. That's
Yep.
gonna be nice. That's
So
gonna be nice.
So thank you, and we will see you later. Take care. God bless. All right.
Same. God bless everybody. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for listening to me. I'm sorry about my accent, but English is my second language. And blessings for everybody and everyone.
You
Today,
too.
tomorrow, and forever. In
Amen.
Jesus' name, we
Amen.
pray. Amen.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.